Okay, are you ready? Do you have your hazmat suit on for this cringe? Hope you're ready. All right, you want to start from the top? We can look at the site from the top. So it's called, oh my god, 5 elements of an INTJ door slam. Have you been on the giving or receiving end of one? Question. That's probably not even how it's supposed to be read. And then there's like, wow, there's this like dramatized door with a hole in it, and in like if you look inside the room, it's red, like you're walking into hell. Keep in mind here, we're about to listen to somebody with a PhD complain. It says Doctor. Yeah, I'm not gonna read the guy's name. It's on there, but I'm not gonna read the guy's name out loud. Or okay, fuck it. The guy's name is Joel Young, PhD, and we're about to listen to this guy complain. I haven't read the article yet, but I'm just guessing we're gonna about to listen to this guy complain about his personal life. For like pages and pages of text, and he's got this dramatized picture that really encapsulates my feelings here of what I feel like I'm about to read. Yeah, so this isn't like a new thing. This is something that if you look up these two types, like INFJ and INTJ, this is something that apparently everyone that reads this stuff will tell you that they relate to, which is already suspect because it's like, okay, well, it's like everybody's drinking the Kool-Aid here, where it's something that apparently all of them do, and then I'm gonna keep doing this. I'm gonna keep putting the Google Trends up. If you look up the types ISTJ and ISTJ and ISFJ, they're not searched at all, whereas the INTJ and INFJ are supposed to be like these rare people, and somehow all of them have this behavior in common, and there's, ISTJ and ISFJ aren't searched at all. So what the fuck's going on there? Yeah, it's pretty narcissistic too, because it's like, okay, if you get to a point in a relation with a friend or whatever, and it gets to the point where you've concluded that you shouldn't be talking to this person anymore, and then you stop talking to them, that's something that's just a people thing. That's not a type thing. So the reason it becomes a type thing is because these people are saying like, oh, I don't get into drama. I'm not like these other people. I'm above these other people who get into these dramatic situations or these dramas, and they don't know any better. Me with my genius IQ and my ability to solve things intuitively and see into the future, I can figure out beforehand what's gonna happen. It's like, okay, well, I'm just gonna read a section of this shit and show why that's retarded. Like, look, it starts off, as I look back at 30 plus years of life, I wonder how I managed to get through it without as much emotional conflict or issues as I saw my friends facing. See, there's the narcissism already. People were people. If they got on my nerves, they get cut out of my life very quickly. I was blunt and I didn't suffer fools. Oh, the folly of youth. I had no idea it was an INTJ thing. And to some extent, INFJs do that too. And to some extent, everyone the fuck else does that too. All right, and then the annoying part, especially here, is that this guy gives himself a pat on the back and basically like sucks himself off about how he doesn't have any of this drama, and then proceeds to talk about drama that he had. And of course it's simp shit too. It was a deep friendship with a lady over a period of 6 years that I thought could go further. I agonized and thought about how I would talk to her about it. I tried to second guess what she would say. I tried to think of all possible outcomes that could happen, both positive and negative. And then I told her. It opened up a can of worms beyond what I anticipated/expected. She made some nasty remarks and emotionally cutting statements, ending with a, "You'll need some time to get over this. Before you get over this, though, you won't be hearing from me again." This is so fucking brutal. He says, I agonized again. Many sleepless nights were involved. I sought the butt kicking I needed from trusted friends to wake up. My friends were telling me she didn't know how to let you down properly. I thought I should still see if I could salvage this friendship, so I tried. Reaching out, getting hit with more emotionally cutting statements. Sleepless nights. This is like creme de la creme loser shit. It took about 2 months of kicking from many trusted sources, but when I finally woke up, door slam. It's like, wait, okay, wait. So basically, what this guy's saying is that somebody told him, "Stop fucking bothering me," and then it took him 2 months to get to catch the fucking hint, and then he considers that a door slam that he didn't talk to somebody that told him, don't fucking talk to me. Keep in mind, this is about like one like squabble this guy had with a friend. One. He's writing a whole fucking article on it. And then he also says, I saw a meme on a Facebook group and I thought it was pretty interesting with regards to the INTJ door slam. And he just saying INTJ door slam is just code name for his own like emotional problems. You know, it's like this guy's specific emotional problems. And then he's going like, hey, look, all these other people on the internet have the same problem. It's like, no, not a lot of people have that problem. It says, okay, it says me, I don't hold grudges. Also me, here's a list of all the people who are dead to me. It's like, who the fuck is this relatable to? If you can relate to this, then you got serious problems. This isn't normal. And this is the shit that's like, this is one of the reasons why no one can take this this community seriously. And why anybody that, like, if you Google MBTI, even if you're familiar with it, you know you're in for a storm of cringe. No matter where you go, like you can't avoid it. It's like a minefield of cringe everywhere. So people that, especially people that like aren't into it, are just gonna like be like, that's retard. Like, why would I even bother clicking anything that has to do with it? It's just a bunch of people complaining about their small emotional problems that they're blowing up into these fucking blog posts. And it's like, it's okay, fine. If you want to do that, that's okay. But don't include other people in it. Don't come to the internet with your specific problems and then try to generalize it to other people that have nothing to do with you. It's like, I don't have anything to do with this shit, so don't say that I'm involved in it at all. Like, that's your own petty shit. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There is some quality stuff out there. Don't get me wrong, but it's like it gets drowned out a lot of the time by all this. Like, it's even hard to come up for a word that encompasses all of it, because on the one hand it's narcissistic, and it's heavily entrenched in the victim mentality at the same time. Like, you can see it from, he's like, the guy's narcissistic at the beginning, and then he's like, I've just been hurt so bad by this person, you know, and now I'm strong again because, you know, I just didn't talk to them. You know, there's that. And then there's like the insanely superficial aspect to it. And then there's the groupthink. So there's just so many there's so many facets of it that are problematic. But after ranting about it, I feel a little bit better. Like, at the beginning when I was reading it, I was like, oh my god, not another one of these. Like, I did it to myself in Googling. Like, this is the first thing if you Google INTJ door slam. I was like, you know what? I don't even know if I'm gonna record these like Salt Lord videos because I'm just gonna feel shitty. But I feel a little bit better after ranting about it. Like, I don't even there's still some of it left to read, but I don't even know if I want to read it because I don't like. I got a little bit of it out of my system, so I'm like, you know what? I'm not even really interested in reading it anymore. If I wanted to summarize it though, I could do that maybe. Yeah, that's the crazy thing about the MBTI community. It's so uniquely stupid. That's the crazy part, and it's so entrenched. It's so fortified in its groupthink and stupidity that it's like, okay, well, you know what? Even if I do talk about some of these things, it's like it doesn't matter because it's like they've dug their trenches. There's a moat. You know, they've got like, it's a star fort of stupidity. So it's very difficult. It's very difficult to do anything about it. You know, but like ranting at least is fun. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I feel a little bit better. If I were to summarize, I'd say, I'd want to say like the part for me, like the sticking point for me, is that if you read things like this, they're more common than the stuff that's actually talking about type. So it's like you can read this and then just be like, okay, what is this? All right, what does this have to do with type at all? Like, basically what these people are saying is, I took this test online, I got this result, I have these problems, like XYZ problems, therefore they have to do with everyone else that gets this result online or, you know, identifies with this type or whatever. Like, people don't understand that these things are not connected in the ways they think they are. Well, it's a lot like saying, like, okay, I got this result or identify with this type or whatever, and my favorite color is blue, and I was on the internet on this forum, and like there's 15 other people that got this result too, and their favorite color is also blue. So let me talk about how, you know, how my typology or my type or whatever the fuck you want to say, you know, how, you know, we all think the color blue is the best, you know, or that's always our favorite color. So if that's not your favorite color, then you don't belong to this group. Yeah, and one other facet, like I didn't even think about that, is that like a lot of this stuff is stuff that's like serious in terms of like maybe you need psychiatric help or psychiatric counseling or professional psychological help, and looking into MBTI as a means to rehabilitate yourself or, you know, have people to commiserate with it's probably not the way to go, you know. So maybe that is what we're looking at, is maybe we're looking at a bunch of people who, you know, should actually be in a psychiatrist's office or counselor's office talking about these things, and not actually talking about them in terms of their MBTI type. Like that's probably the more likely explanation for all of this stuff, you know. And at that level, it's kind of it's hard to label it as cringe, but at the same time, it's not. I'm gonna leave this one with an example of someone who is INTJ that doesn't, or I'm not gonna say he doesn't, because well, he's dead, number one, and then number two, maybe he did. You just won't see it. Like, you won't see this guy complaining about any of this shit in any of the YouTube, the clips on YouTube you can find of him, or any like news articles or reports on him. You just won't see anything like that. So I'm gonna leave this palate cleanser here, and it's gonna be a clip of Bobby Fischer talking.
Well, you smile about it. You like to crush another man's ego?
Uh-huh. So when they go home that night, you know, they know that they can't kid themselves that they're so hot, you know.
You think the Russians are pretty worried about you at this moment?
Oh, yeah, they have been ever since I started playing chess.
Even as a little boy?
That's right. I remember the first thing they ever wrote about me was, you know, he's a talented player, and, you know, they showed a game I played. And then they said, but all this publicity he's getting and all of this attention cannot fail to have a harmful effect on his personality development. And sure enough, a few months later, I was a rotten person already in their press. I was doing this, I was doing that, I was conceited, you know. This is, you know, before I'd ever even, you know, they even knew anything about me personally, you know.
They sting you. They get to you.
Well, they don't anymore, because I realize it has nothing to do with me, you know. If you were a great chess player, they'd be saying the exact same things about you.